You thinking what I'm thinking? Like, absolute WTF. Fuck this, I'm not standing here for this one. Good morning. Just got up. I'm knackered. So tired, guys. What's that? What the fuck's that you're eating? Go away. What's that? Fucking dog's eating bread. Where you got bread from? Could be hey, come here. Could be poison in that. My granddad used to say, don't ever let the dog eat anything because there's some mean bastards out there that put poison in stuff on the street. Do you think, is my satellite this big enough? Oh, God. I need to take this in, guys. Oh. I was just going to say tripod's taller than me, but that won't be fucking difficult. Oh, we got Remy's going mental. Right, here we go. There we go. Is that early? I've not even opened shutters, look. What the fuck have I woken up to this morning? Thousand messages, text messages. Now I admit, if it was a little bit later, I would have started the video a bit more enthusiasm and that, but I have literally just got out of bed. And around these parts, the videos I make here, they're for the Cop Talk community, they're for my friends. Do you know what I mean? We're not here to impress anyone. That is for sure. So if you're new to the channel and you're already bored, please leave. Right, I'm starting to wake up a bit. Right, guys, so £110 million. What the absolute fuck have I woken up to? I bet there's not a single Twitter ITK or journalist saw that coming out there. I'm very angry with myself. I mentioned this in my videos yesterday about Caicedo, that a few weeks ago, I think this is the biggest gaffe I've made in my 25 years of Cop Talk. A few weeks ago, someone that I trust, they said to me about Caicedo and said it was a Friday. I'm convinced it was a Friday, and which is probably why I didn't go with it as well, because it'll have been the end of the week, I'll have been sick of all the bullshit. And he said to me, Brighton are playing Chelsea in America over the weekend. I'm convinced it was a weekend. I've not looked. It would have been about, what date are we now? 11th. Maybe 3 weeks ago, I don't know, three weeks ago. And he said to me, if Chelsea don't agree the deal for Caicedo over the weekend, keep an eye on that one, don't, because Liverpool will revisit it, right? Words to that effect. And I remember thinking to myself, don't talk so damn right fucking stupid, right? Now, I know exactly what I did next. And you might not want to know this, but I'm going to tell you. I went to the toilet. It's true. With my tablet. for a number 2. Hey, that rhymes. I'm a poet. I didn't know it. So I went for a didgeridoo. I can remember it exactly well. Well, I can't remember. What I can remember is reading about it. And he said they're playing, Brighton and Chelsea are playing a friendly. So I read the Daily Mirror on the tablet. And it's true. And there was so much. The article that I read at the time said something along the lines of, you know, all the negotiations have been going on for ages. Chelsea really want him. They're desperate to make this happen. Sorry. It's early in the morning. If you can hear cars probably. That's people going to work, and I'm conscious that my neighbour might still be in bed. I read this article in the Mirror that basically said how serious Chelsea were about him. But you know, now the officials were going to be together in the same place at the same time for this pre-season friendly, so it's obvious that it's all going to get done. So that kind of put me off, you know, like what my friend had said, if you like, you know, if it doesn't happen, you know, Liverpool are going to revisit it or look into it. I'm so angry with myself, man. I'm so pissed off. So I know it doesn't matter, right? And it's not to you guys, and it's not. I'm not one of them people that's like, oh, guess what I said? You know, I was the first to say it. Or just because, not that at all. It's just a personal thing that has just really pissed me off. Pissed me off. Anyway, so I read it all, and I just thought, oh, Liverpool aren't going to pay. You know, like in the article that I read, it said £100 million, and I'm like, well, Liverpool are not going to pay £100 million. They won't pay for Bellingham. I said Bellamy, Bellingham. So they're not going to pay that for Moses Caicedo, and he's not worth it anyway. That's what I thought. This is not Liverpool. Not going to do that. What a load of shite. The two teams are going to be in America over the weekend. The executives are going to be sat in the same, you know, row of seats. It's going to be sorted. And I killed it. And I was like, nah, fuck that. Not going to show myself up. I thought if I tell you guys, or if I go on the members' website and tell them what I'd been told, people are going to laugh at me. Do you know what I mean? More so than just for being overweight and that. Do you know what I mean? So I left it. And like an idiot, I never followed anything else to do with Caicedo again from that weekend as to how things were going with Chelsea. And which to me just tells me I'm not on form, or I think that I've been in such a bad mood in the last few weeks to do with Liverpool Football Club that everything just turned me off. You know how grumpy I was last week. Don't be messaging me. I mean, you know what I mean? Just sick of it. We've all been sick of it. But me of old, I know, you know, normally I would have gone, right, okay, well, we'll see. And after that weekend, a week later, if nothing had have happened, I'd have thought, ooh, maybe I should mention this. And I didn't. And I'm so fucking angry with myself. You've no idea. You don't understand. I don't expect you to. I'm just really pissed off with myself. And if you're wondering why, think about it. Think about if I'd have said that. Everyone would have gone, don't talk so fucking stupid, silly fat cunt. And I'd have said, well, you know, I'd have been the one person that said complete difference. And today I'd have been going, DKB, alright. So angry with myself. Yes, this is about me. So, however, what I keep saying to myself is, maybe what's happened in the last few days was nothing to do with that suggestion. Anyway, moving on. Someone needs to, speak to Kurdish, is it? Get that plane cancelled if I was you. And the top reds today. Oh, God, they're going to be unbearable, aren't they? They're going to be unbearable. I'm waking up now. Maybe I shouldn't have recorded this video until I was awake. The thing is, God, you see, if I say anything negative in any slight way, everybody has the right to turn around to me and say, "Can't you just be positive for this moment?" Like, I am positive. I am. It's great. You know what I mean? Like, I really like Caicedo. Like, I've been banging on about, I'd like to see Lavia sign, because I thought that was the level and the expenditure that we were going to do for a player like that, right? If you'd have said to me for 1 minute, Caicedo's the one that everybody, other than Bellingham, would like to have seen brought in. So this is fantastic, as Brendan Rodgers would say. This is an exceptional signing. It is a show of intent. But I'm confused. I'm confused why we didn't have, you know, the money for Bellingham. We didn't pay the money for Bellingham, but we're paying what I consider an excessive fee for Caicedo. But I don't know. It just confuses me. I can't but help think that rumour about John Henry getting on the blower and saying the fuck's going on, even though, like, there's most people don't like John Henry and FSG, I get it completely, but imagine if really he was in Boston and he really did make that phone call and say, look guys, come on, you know, you're letting people down, why are we not making, you know, progress in the market? Resources are there to make things happen, but they're not happening. We need to speed things up a little bit. And immediately from that rumour, boom, £110 million for Caicedo. I'm confused. I'm totally lost. I'm flabbergasted with it. I ain't got a clue what's going on. Not many people that have websites, Liverpool websites, blogs, YouTube, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, would admit that to you, would they? And that's the difference between me and these numpties out there that seem to know everything about everything at the club. Is I can hand on heart tell you right now, I ain't got a fucking clue what's going on. I know. Oi, get out of there. I know that you maybe think that I'm a bit down. I'm not. I've just woke up. I'm in shock. I don't know what's happened. Now, if he cost £10 million, it would be fair to come on here now and say, it's not enough. We need further midfield, another midfielder, and we need a defender as well. But because he's costing £110 million, you're going to get shot down if you suggest that today. But you see, if you focus only on the transfer figure of deals, I think that gives you a form of delusion, because I try not to think too much. Like, just £110 million, what the fuck? I try not to think about the transfer fees, and I think more about the. Wait, he's eating that cat food. You're eating that cat's food, aren't you? Yeah, you little fucker. Greedier than me, you. I try not to think about the money spent. You know, I try to think more about numbers. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the number of signings, not how much is spent on signings. But you know what? I mean, has anyone checked on John Henry this morning? But you see, it's going to be an awful mood today, because those two sides that we talk about, you know, the FSG out and the top reds, they're going to be, you know what I mean? I've already seen one journalist today, I can't remember his name, someone irrelevant, saying that it just shows you how FSG have backed Klopp every time. I mean, these fucking... and the little dig in there about this isn't PlayStation football, you know, or something, like this is the real world. Like, why do they have to do it? Why do they have to do it? Why do they have to incite people? Do you know what I mean? Why can't they turn around? Why can one journalist not come out and say, this is great, this is the kind of, you know, show of determination ambition that the fans want to see. Keep it coming. That's what people want to see. I'm starting to wake up now. I am trying to talk quietly because there's just up there, there's a balcony just there. I don't know if I can show you. There's a balcony up there. Where is it? There. See? There's a balcony there. That's someone's bedroom. Do you know what I mean? And the shutters are down. Fuck off with Caicedo. No, I'm waking up now. It's great stuff, yeah. It is nice to wake up to. God, bloody hell, yeah, absolutely. It's nice. But it's just a little bit confusing. Do you know what I mean, guys? Come on, no one on here can possibly come in here and go, well, I expected it all along. Do you know what I mean? I'm waiting now for my mate that told me about that weekend around that friendly. I'm waiting for him to message now saying, told you. I said, no, you didn't. You didn't tell me anything. All you said was, see, I'll bounce it back. Do you know what I mean? I know him, and I know he heard something though, because of who he is. But I'll say, no, you didn't. You just said we might. No, he didn't. He didn't say might. In fairness, I can't remember. I don't care. It's going to haunt me forever. That it's going to haunt me forever because in my time with Cop Talk, I've always, whenever you get rumours and claims all the time. And you have to judge them based on who's telling you it, and also the number of people telling you it. So usually if 2 or 3 people say something to me that are independent to each other, you know, if they're from, say, like, if they're Cop Talk members or contributors to the members website or whatever, if you get 2 or 3, then I think, well, there's something in that, there's got to be. But then there's some people that work in really, you know, trusted positions, and I would consider this person one of them. And I should have listened to him. Fuck. What would you have done? What would you have done if someone had said to you, if a deal's not tied up with that club, Chelsea, this weekend, keep an eye on things because Liverpool are going to go in for him. What would you have said to that? And then if you'd have picked a newspaper up or then looked into what was going on, because I'd ruled Caicedo out ages ago, you'd have looked and gone, 100 million, fuck off, silly. What would you have done? So I made the right call in my own head, thinking that. But that just shows you anything can happen in football now. I know that anyway. Fuck. It's not about being right. It's not about being, oh, look at me, I'm the first one to say it out like that. Because that I wouldn't even have said that to you. All I'd have said to you at the time was, guys, just keep an eye on Caicedo. I know you think I'm mental, but someone at the club has suggested that we could go for it. And I would have left it at that. That's all I would have said. So it's not exactly, you know, I'm not a Twitterite, UK. I wouldn't have said this is going to happen. I never made predictions like that. But that's what I'd have said. I'd have said, just, you know, I like to be different. There's been many times over the years when I've gone against everything that people are claiming, and people have said, you're talking shit. People remember when Kenny Dalglish was sacked, I called it 2 days, 3 days before, because someone very, very close to Kenny Dalglish told me, and I put that out on the internet, you know, straight away. I said, Dalglish is sacked. The amount of shit I got for that was incredible. Do you know what I mean? Same when we signed Gary McAllister. You know, if you think back to how old he was at the time, and I said, we signed him, people said I was fucking mental. You know, and it's a really nice feeling when you get something right like that and everyone's being mean and nasty to you. Do you know what I mean? So if I'd have said a few weeks ago, there's a possibility we might sign Caicedo despite his price tag, you know that the majority of people would have slammed me, put me down and everything, and today I'd have been like, you know what I mean? So it's just that. I would have liked to have been in that situation. This has been the most fucked up, bizarre transfer window in history, in my time as doing this stuff. And I hate to say it, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Now, if he'd cost 25 million and I said it's not enough, people go, yeah, you're right. Because it's 110 million, people go, are you not grateful? Do you know what I mean? So it's like the price shouldn't change the way that you think. I don't think it's enough. I don't think that, the 3 signings potentially that we're making or made is enough, because I would have thought we needed 5 players before the other ones left. So when I say the other ones, the unexpected departures, Henderson, Fabinho, for example, it's exceptionally strange. And I said in an email update the other day, I do emails, I send them out. There's a free sign up in the video description. There'll be a link there where you can sign. I'll have to do one today. And I said, I expect us to, the last one I sent out, I think I said I expect us to revisit previously linked players. So, if I was one of these Twitter ITK clowns, I'd be saying to you now, see what I mean? But there's no way in the world that I would have imagined Caicedo to be one of the previous players that we were linked with that we would revisit that, right? Do you understand what I mean? So, in fact, in my email, I think I named people like, you can imagine Kone, was it Kone? I ain't got my other phone. I can't even remember his name. Man, is it Kone? It's like Batsy's dog around here. Gravenberg. I did not mention Caicedo, so I'm not even going to try and claim that that's what I was suggesting. There's no way in a million years I thought we were going to sign Caicedo. No way in a million years did I think that. No way. What changed? Do you know what I mean? What changed? And why did Chelsea just give up? Chelsea have spent months trying to make that deal happen. Months. And they've just stepped away. Why did we hear about all these other things in the media? These other, why have we had running commentary with Lavia, for example, but not a whiff about Caicedo? It does show you that when the club want to keep things quiet, they can. I find it very embarrassing, all the clique of journalists, even like the likes of Melissa Reddy, for example, who I wouldn't normally include in that clique, but, they were all, yes, they knew nothing a couple of days ago, but yesterday they knew everything, you know what I mean? But again, they're no different to these Twitter ITKs because it's just common sense, you know what I mean? Like, Liverpool are going to try and do this now. And the players always wanted Chelsea. And do you know what? When the journalists were saying yesterday that they were putting disclaimers on, right, saying Liverpool are going to try and do it, but, it's believed he's always wanted Chelsea or some shit like that. There's no way in the world Liverpool would have bid for Caicedo if they knew that they had no chance of bringing him in. Mark my words, guys, right? So when you hear that the club, Rafa would say club, for sure. When you hear Liverpool have tabled a bid and now there's permission to talk and to try and do bullshit, Liverpool knew that Caicedo wanted us, or else that bid would never have gone in the first place. So the journalists saying, well, he might go, I mean, they should know that anyway. So their entire way they've conducted themselves around things, they do not know. To be honest, the Twitter ITKs, and they're only using guesswork, right? Common sense stuff. Like, today I'm sure you're going to see, he's on his way for his medical, or personal terms of agree, all that shit. It's just like obvious things. The Twitter ITKs are probably more entertaining and more accurate than the fucking journals that went to university and rub shoulders with each other. They are a bunch of cocksucking wankers, them people. I was going to make a joke about... I can't. No, I better not. some of you, have been saying, when things are not going right, get the tripod out. Don't. Those days of doing them tripod videos, guys, they're gone, because we live in such a culture now that, I was banned from Twitter for making a flippant remark about a mum that couldn't get her young child through a Just Stop Oil protest because they blocked the road, and she said, I'm trying to get to hospital, can you let me and my child through? And they went, no, they didn't let her through. And I retweeted the video and said, well, I'd have got her through, do you know what I mean? Regardless of the consequences, I'd have helped this parent with a sick child. And I got banned for that. So permanently banned. I've never been warned on Twitter or anything. And I think, if I come on here going, like when you're angry and that, they cancel me now. You know what I mean? You can't say anything, guys. But you can on liverpoolfootballclub.social, which is a Mastodon server, which is a Twitter rival. liverpoolfootballclub.social. Join me, it's absolutely buzzing on there this morning. Can you hear Pedro, my next door neighbour's dog? Well, I don't know. I know this is probably one of the worst videos you've ever watched, and you're probably expecting me to come on here going, yeah, well, I am. That's how I do feel. But I'd be a liar if I said I'm not, like, totally, shocked and confused. And I just... Is he worth 110 million, guys? I don't want to be negative in the slightest. I'm delighted. This is a fantastic signing, etc. But if you could have had Caicedo or Bellingham, I think most people would have gone Bellingham, but there you go. But it doesn't matter, that's history, so we shouldn't be even having that discussion, I guess. But I think he's very overpriced. But because we're supporters, we don't care about that, we just want it to happen, so... This is a terrible video. I might not even upload it. Just can't get my head around it. What happens now? What happens next? There's got to be more. You can't... We still need further recruit. I mean, fuck me. If they went for Inacio, for example, wouldn't it be nice to go into the summer, right? The season. Wouldn't it be nice to go into the season saying, in the end, in the summer, we did all right. I know it's been an awful window for us as supporters, very frustrating. And, I did the live draw on here last night for the Saudi Pro League, and I drew the champions out for myself. Can you believe that? I don't win a prize anyway. But yeah, drew the champions out. Can you go away, please? I know why you're down there. You're after that bread. Fuck off. So I did a draw on here, last night, a live stream, and afterwards, we had a phone call, and the same old conversations came up. And this isn't a criticism, of the caller, which was Seano. I love Seano. He's amazing. But the conversations and the chat in the chat room was typical FSG out, drama, top reds, and I find it exceptionally draining. Very, very draining. Like, not, it annoys me a little bit, just like it sucks the entire enthusiasm out of me. And seeing Liverpool supporters arguing with each other, fully grown men arguing with each other over billionaire owners and millionaire footballers is something I just can't get my head around. And I'm sick to death of the FSG out top red thing. But I understand why it exists. And it's none of their fault, really. It's the owners and the way that they run the club. And if you think by spending £110 million on one player is going to make that go away, you're deluded, because Liverpool should be operating like this anyway. or the owners, you know. But wouldn't it be nice going into the new season without having to listen to that bullshit, you know, and just going, do you know what? We signed 3 or 4 players. Let's just get on with the football. And if you are tired of the FSG out top red division, I think all of that is on well, I wouldn't say social media, but on Twitter. LiverpoolFootballClub.social. That's only a domain name, right? So if you put that into your browser, or if you get the Mastodon app or a Mastodon client, you know, an alternative, and put that server in and join right now, it's exactly the same as Twitter in appearance-wise, and more or less the same features. But you can have a discussion without and follow the news and post everything about football, your opinions, and what's going on in your private life. When I say private life, I mean your personal life away from football. Like I'm out with the lads, or I'm out with the girls, etc., etc. But it has that without all the drama. So that's one way of escaping it. The other way is the Cop Talk VIP members website is an exceptionally sensible place, because I think it's older Reds, you know, like more mature Reds. But I'd be a liar if I said that there isn't the odd ding dong on there, you know, because there is a lot, you know, a lot of people that will say FSG out, and some people say, well, you shut up, because they're sick of hearing it, you know. So if you want to escape the top Reds, the FSG outs, all that, the stuff that's too much, even if you think to yourself, well, to be honest, I am FSG out dunk because I'd like them to go, really. Even if you're like that, but you don't want to get caught up in the extremism and the constant fucking, you know what I mean? It's draining. Then there's the 2 options that I would recommend to you. If you know, the Cop Talk VIP members website supports me immensely. It enables me to get by in life. You know, like one person joining that today, it's like, right, okay, you know what I mean? Like, it helps. But not everyone can do that. So the LiverpoolFootballClub.social is completely free. So it's not like a ploy to get you to go on there. Go on, you know, get on your phone, or your laptop or your desktop, and come and join us on LiverpoolFootballClub.social. It's completely free. There's no advertising on there, no algorithms, you know, no clickbaiting nonsense or anything, and you will escape that stuff. And you know, this is what we were saying in the conversation last night. If you watch these people arguing with each other, if you engage in conversation with these people, you're going to get stressed. If you put yourself in that environment, then you are going to have, you know, a mashed head. So I haven't really been on Twitter much recently since I got my account banned. I've still got, you know, the @Cop Talk Twitter account on there. But I feel better for it. So if you want to escape all that shit, there's your 2 options where you can hang out with me and everybody else, and I think you'd enjoy them. But listen, LiverpoolFootballClub.social is completely free. You know what I mean? And I think if you went on there instead of Twitter, you'd be a lot more chilled. Because I don't want to go into next season with all that bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't. I'm sick of it, sick of hearing about them. They all do my head in. Even though I agree with some of these people and understand what some of these people are saying. Remy, do me a favour, mate. Fuck off. Thanks. You know you were abandoned in a street bin? Oh, I can't even joke. You look too cute. Yes, I can. Fuck off. I'll put you back in the bin if you're not careful. I know you're after that piece of bread. He's after a piece of bread under this chair. Where did you find the bread? Don't you start. You're going to start barking, aren't you? What do you think, Caicedo? Remy, I'm still in shock, mate. Yeah. I made a big mistake not mentioning Caicedo. But it doesn't matter, it's done. It's just more of a, it's not for, I didn't want to be right about anything because I wouldn't have said that's going to happen. How would I have fucking known? It's just more of a personal thing that I should have told you guys. And I didn't. And I think that's the biggest mistake I've made in 25 years. Well, there you go, can't change that. Right, long-winded ramble. But I know my peoples that support my channel and enjoy my content. They like to watch my videos, put them on in the background and listen to what's being said and stuff. I'm sure I will return with you at some point today. It is still very early in the morning, actually. So today is Friday, correct? I'm going out with the boys today. I've not seen them for a few weeks. So I'm going out with the guys for a few sherbets at 4 o'clock UK time. When I get in tonight, I'm going to be live on here. So I'll be pissed when I get home, to be honest with you. When we start the stream, I'll be in good spirits, literally having drunk a bottle probably. So if you're not doing anything this evening, please come along, because there's no Saturday night streaming. Because I'm out tomorrow night, all right? With my Spanish lady friend. So there'll be no stream tomorrow night, Saturday night, but there will be tonight, okay? Which I reckon is going to be about 8:30 UK, 9 o'clock UK, 8:30 UK. I'll probably schedule it for I'll probably schedule it for 8:30. Hang on, if it's 8:30 in England, that's 9:30 here. That's quite late. 8 o'clock? Will I be home by 9 o'clock? I'll probably schedule it for 8 o'clock UK, but it might be late. So if it says 8 o'clock and you sat there and where is he? He's not going to do a stream. I will do a stream. Oh no, I'll schedule it for 8:30, and then that way I can start it early. That makes more sense. 8:30, all right. And we'll talk about, well, maybe you'll have to talk about, I might be too drunk, I don't know. But we'll have a laugh. Please let me know your thoughts about this situation. I feel a bit numb with it, as you can probably tell. I'm absolutely delighted, guys. I really am. I'm just like, well, I didn't expect that in a million fucking years. Do you know what I mean? All right. Thanks for watching, yeah. If you actually did enjoy the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. That is really, really important. Your comments are the most important things. I love reading your comments. I really like to see what you've got. And I like to see the happiness. But I also understand, sometimes people post things that are a little bit negative because that's how they feel. And I think a lot of people today will be delighted. But I think there'll be people out there as well that will go, well, I'm a bit confused. Why didn't we go for Bellingham? And is this enough? You know what I mean? And I think you're fair to say that. So please do that. There's a super thanks button. I love that if you really like me. Or you can join the channel or support the channel. All the information's in the video description. I do appreciate you watching, guys. I really do. And I'm sorry if my videos, not like, hey, what's up, guys? But this is, with me, it's authentic. You know what I mean? This is my mood at the moment, caused by waking up to complete WTF. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, guys. I'll speak to you in a bit.